All right, friends, welcome back to the 2014 Canadian Ball Hockey Association Eastern Regional Championships. Our fourth game of the day. The Newfoundland Money Savers versus St. John Coors Light. So Newfoundland Money Savers versus St. John Coors Light. St. John Coors Light in the white uniforms and a great chance right away. Newfoundland in the black uniforms. So, all right, contact information on the screen. Hope to hear from you, all you friends over there in beautiful Newfoundland, Labrador. Chad Locke, heard from you during the last game. Chad was with us early, getting ready for this one. So Chad Locke, hello out there to you, cheering on Newfoundland Labrador. And, of course, all you St. John fans as well, if you're in the city watching, great to have you with us. Galbraith in net for St. John's. Shane Gillens in net here for Newfoundland. You can follow along with all the action. Just go to cbha.com, click on the game, and in no time soon here they'll have, or sometime soon here, they'll have all the information for you up and ready to go, so you can follow along. So this is kind of the home team. This is the St. John Coors Light in the B division. One of the sponsors, of course, Grand Bay Home Hardware. They've been a store here in the area for years. And again in the white uniforms. There's our first look at Brad Yetman. A great chance for Yetman, and he scores. Nicely done for Brad. So the Newfoundland Flyers strike first. 1-0. Just a minute and 15 seconds in, we have our first goal. It is the Flyers. Or the Money Savers, sorry. So Newfoundland Money Savers. St. John Coors Lights. Minute, 15 seconds in. A goal on the board. And it looked like Yetman. It was Yetman indeed. And I just start to see this as the day goes on in these formats. You will see guys really start to struggle with their footing. It's very muggy in the building, and the floor is starting to get a little slippery down there. So you're going to see some delays here as they wipe the floor. 1-0 in the early going for the Newfoundland Flyers. There's a Coors Light breaking out with Bennett. Speed across the neutral zone. Dumped into the near side. Is Smith. Back to the neutral zone. No luck on that pass to Bragg. Coors Light in transition. Turned over. And here comes the Money Savers. Murphy can't break through. That's Burns. Shot from the point, deflected. Goes to the far side. Shannon took a shot. No luck. Bouncing around in the neutral zone. Rice. There's Rice again. And over the far side for Shannon in front. Cleared away by Druken. Shannon. Trying to get moving forward, but has it taken away. Steve Yetman. And now here comes Steve across the blue line. But it gets all the way down to Galbraith. So Galbraith will hold on. So just getting started again. B. McLean Sports on Twitter. Your contact information. And community1sports@gmail.com. Ball on the far side corner. Gets over the stick of Savoie. Onto the stick of Graham. Hard on the chase down there is Mason. With Melanson out front. Bounces over the foot of Graham. Back to get it. Blunden. In front, great chance. A save, that was Graham right in there. Morning Savers respond, or Money Savers, sorry, respond. I call them Newfoundland. The Newfoundland Money Savers with the black and white trim and red trim. St. John Coors Light in the white and blue. B Division action, our first B Division game here from the Community Center. We've seen the full gamut so far today. We started with women's, then we had a B division game. Just finished up with D. Or C division, sorry. Just finished up with D. And now your B. One more game still to come. This is our 4th game of the day here from the arena. Chamberlain on the blue line. Along with Sherwood over on the far side. That's Sherwood getting in there on King. And now Sherwood on the chase. There's Yetman coming over. Yetman's the goal scorer right now. 16 minutes remaining in the first half. Poked back in by Tuck. Chipped over, Neary. And there's Tolk once again. Sam gains the blue line. And for you friends who were watching ball hockey for the first time, once you gain the blue line onside, then the red line becomes your new blue line. You have the whole half as your attacking zone. So you'll see guys just get that ball across the blue line and then bring it back into the neutral zone. One of the major rules here of ball hockey. That is going to be icing on Coors Light. So Brad Yetman, about a minute in. And that's where we stand here. 1-0 for Newfoundland. Face-off win for the Coors Light. There's Jarvis. Through the neutral zone. Burns. Out of the near side for Shannon. And behind the net is Burns. Far side, Shannon. Watch closely there by Barry. 5-on-5 hockey. Shot deflected off of Barry over the boards. All right, still waiting for our first tweet and or email. I know you friends in Newfoundland are watching every time we do a Newfoundland game from Newfoundland Labrador, either whatever sport we're doing at whatever level. We usually hear from lots of friends back on the Rock. Thrown out in front, and the net comes off the moorings. As that was Scott Bragg who poked it, the centering pass away. A face-off coming up to the glove hand side here of Shane Gillens. On the face-off is Big Mason. He'll win it. Glove hand save for Gillens. And brought down by Blunden. Blunden to the neutral zone, right back in. A chance for Melanson. Couldn't line one up. Ward in the near side corner. Nice defensive play by Druken. Net ball in behind the net. Trying to clear the zone here. Still can't. Kept in on the far side by Savoie. Gets it deep. Lots of space over here on the near side. Nice pass. Picked up by Richards. Richards dumps it deep behind the net. On the chase was Wadden. And what's the call here? We got a penalty on white team. St. John Coors Light. It will be. That's on Savoie. So penalty on Savoie. Again, make sure you go to cbha.com to follow along. So, the 1-goal lead and now a power play for Newfoundland. 13:43 remaining. On the near side of this is Druken. He's got it up top. One-timer that goes wide Off the stick of Wadden. Just wide. That's the first chance of the power play. Now this is a 4-minute power play. So we're down to 3.5 left. 3 minutes and a half left on this power play. A great chance for Newfoundland to get some separation in the early going. And they'll do it again. Ball just sat there, but eventually they do get it back to Druken. Druken up top. On the near side for Wadden. Wadden. Quick little pass to Yetman. Can't get it through. Again, talked about this increased space on your power play. A whole bunch of space out there for Newfoundland to work the ball around. Here they come again. This is Smith. Or check that Yetman, sorry. Yetman walks right through. Nearly got a shot off. So a little defensive lapse there by Coors Light. Yetman nearly just snuck right through them all. And shot right on, held on to there by Galbraith. So kind of tiptoeing through the tulips there was Yetman. Nearly found himself all alone right in front of Galbraith. Again, double action. Of course, we're also at the LBR. Both B division games going on right now. At the LBR in St. John. It's St. John Most Wanted versus Milton. One more game still to come from here, and then we'll call it a day. Shot that goes over the glass. No luck on that. Off the stick of Burns. At 7:30, just the one game. And that is from the LBR. The historic old barn on Chesley Drive. And that goes to the penalty box area. So the Coors Light team having a hard time keeping the ball in play. 2 shots now that have gone over the crossbar or over the boards. So a face-off to the blocker side of Galbraith. 2:21 remaining in the power play. First half action. Still 12 minutes left in the first half. Back to Neary. Neary! And that was dangerous. Somehow snuck through, and it was deflected. That goes over the net. That looked like Yetman trying for his second goal of the game. It was. So a face-off to the glove hand side of Galbraith. On the far side, off the boards to center. Burns is there. And behind the net, picked up by Gillens. 1:45 remaining on this power play. And you'll see this common strategy lining up right across the blue line. Dump it in, and now they'll chase. On the far side, that's Graham. Gets to it first, creates the opportunity behind the net. Blunden over on the far side for Neary. A shot right on and held on to by Galbraith. Well, Galbraith's been busy here in the early going. One ball has got past him. Great play by Yetman to begin the game. That was in the first minute. So that's all we have so far. B. McLean Sports on Twitter. Community1sports@gmail.com. I'll read your tweets on the air. Send your shout-outs. Let us know where you're watching from, who you're cheering for. That's center. Ward. Coors Light still in penalty kill mode for another minute. down to the near side corner. On the chase is Yetman. Does not clear the zone. Knocked right back in by Druken, the captain. Over on the far side, there's Graham. Graham back to Druken up top. Druken, near side for Wadden. Across the floor, gets the return pass, but can't finish it. Had his stick lifted just at the last second. Great chance there. Maybe an opportunity. It is. This is Ward in alone and off the crossbar. Looked like he was going to lose his angle. Still got a shot off, and it was a beauty, but went right off the crossbar and back. Probably off the high post, actually, the way it bounced back. There's another shot and a save by Gillens. So St. John Coors Light comes that close to tying this thing up. Still 1-0 for Newfoundland. There's Mark Yetman out there. He's wearing number 91. On the chase, there's a speedster, Scott Bragg. Bragg right in on Mason. John Jarvis, a little backhand pass. Dumped down by Melanson. That'll be icing, Ashley, on Melanson. Well, 9:53 left in this opening half. Face-off win for St. John Coors Light. Ball to the neutral zone. And trying to break away on that far side. Pass comes across just a little bit too far. Kind of snuck past Smith here on the near side. Bennett couldn't keep it in. And breaking away is Murphy. Nice job by Bennett to catch up to it. Or check out, that was Mason. And Coors Light will slow things down here. Spread things out. Space on the far side for Mason. Dump to the near side corner. On the chase is Bennett. Great chance in front. Another shot that goes just wide. Bragg gets over there. And we have a penalty coming up on Coors Light. We do. Tripping. Going to be the call on St. John Coors Light. So back to the power play goes Newfoundland. 9 minutes remaining. And it's the captain, Bennett. And dumped in with the step over on the far side is Tolk. No luck. Dump down. And Gillens will leave it there. Here comes Newfoundland. Yetman. All the way through to Galbraith. Mishandles the rebound that goes over the crossbar. Galbraith couldn't get his trapper on it. And that led to a great chance on the far side. Now high into the air, stays in play, bouncing down. Neary with Baca on him. Neary nearly breaking free. Might have another penalty coming up. A little pushing and shoving here. And one player has a little shot there. Very upset on the play was Chamberlain. Got a glove into the face of the Newfoundland player. Chamberlain very visually upset. Something really got under his collar. He's hot down there in the penalty box. Had an altercation there with Sam Tolk. So Tolk will go as well. See how this plays out. Another player coming over for Newfoundland. You got to get some WD-40 down in that penalty box on the left-hand side. The players have really struggled opening up that gate all day long. That's King, who goes as well. So Tolk and King in here for Newfoundland. Bennett still in the penalty box for Coors Light. And joining him is Chamberlain. And we'll see how this plays out. There's still 1 minute remaining on the power play. To Bennett. Got about 7 minutes remaining in the game, or in the half, sorry, check that. So, stays 5-on-4. Check that. No, still 5-on-4, so coincidental penalties. We don't have a PA here, so whatever's going on down there, I can't hear or see. We're kind of about 60 feet up here from the scores table. But 5-on-4 is your situation. Nothing's been posted on the scoreboard. Just still the 41 seconds to Bennett. So still 5-on-4 for the Newfoundland Money Savers. And up top with it is Druken. Over to the far side. Gets all the way across. A great chance, but that pass by Wadden doesn't find anybody. Wadden might have been better served to shoot that one. Doesn't. And now back this way comes Jarvis. Jarvis, the pass goes all the way through. No luck for Shannon. Shannon collects on the far side. And now picked up on the far side, or near side here, by Druken. That could be icing on Newfoundland Labrador. It will be. Well, about 6:45 remaining in your first half. 1-0 for Newfoundland Labrador. Face-off win. Quick shot that goes just wide from Ward. Cross center, just a little bit too far for Tessink. Knocked back in by Richards. Galbraith got a stick on it, but again, Scott Bragg really causing chaos on the forecheck. On the far side into space is Melanson. Ward. And near side. In the middle there is Mason. Ball in behind the net. Newfoundland Labrador desperate to clear. 6 minutes remaining. Still the 1-goal lead, just the goal by Yetman to get us started. That shot by Mason doesn't get through. And onto the stick of Barry. Barry can't clear. Pokes that one away briefly. Ward has it. There's Ward again. Onside. Melanson. Ward just 1 foot away from breaking in alone. Let himself a little bit too far with the move to the backhand. Eventually, Scott Bragg is just going to get that out. And that will be icing on Newfoundland Labrador. Again, Chad Locke on the Twitter. Thank you, sir. Watching back there. Cheering for his former team, the Hillbillies. Great to have you guys with us. And again, still waiting on our first email, community1sports@gmail.com. I know you friends back home in Newfoundland, Labrador are watching. Contact information right on the screen. Just over 5 minutes left here. There's Yetman, the goal scorer. Ball was knocked out, or stick was knocked out of the hands of King in front, so that kind of took away that opportunity. On the chase is Bennett. A good game here so far. Near side pass. Blocker save, gloved away by the defender. The original blocker save made by Gillens. That ball doesn't get through Nearing. There's Yetman going to take his time, go high off the glass. Nicely done, actually. And cleared away. Patience again down here. Pass over the top. Ball knocked around. Nobody home. And I think gloved ahead, the call here. We'll have a face-off to the glove hand side of Gillens. The glove hand side of Gillens. Just over 4 minutes remaining. 1-0 for Newfoundland Labrador. Picked up off the face-off by Druken. And the captain goes in behind the net, and he'll take his time. Gorgeous pass. Trying to break free is Yetman to the backhand. Galbraith the save. What a great pass by Druken. Picked up neatly by Yetman, but can't score on the backhand. Cross-ice, Graham. Rice. Back up. Taken away by Blunden. On the near side, Shannon. Right in there is Burns. Another save by Gillens. So just over 2 minutes remaining. Still 1-0. Face-off won by Newfoundland. And behind the net, Greg Berry. On the far side. To Richards. Bouncing ball, and that a little confusing there. It took a tricky hop. Galbraith stuck with it, had a little English on it. Galbraith makes the save. Got a face-off coming up to the glove hand side. One cleanly by St. John. Coors Light somehow avoids the ceiling. Drops onto the stick of Barry in his own zone. He'll shake free of Ward. And over on the far side, there's Walsh. On the near side corner. Taken down is Melanson. Cross center. And the door comes open, so they're going to blow that down right away. There was Jarvis over there battling with Murphy, and the door came open. .245 remaining in this opening half. 2 20-minute halves. Do the face-off at center. Nicely done. Great chance here for St. John. A save by Gillens. Well, it's been an even matchup. Both teams have controlled pace and momentum. Both teams have had great chances. Right now, just a individual effort by Yetman has been the difference. And behind the net. Sustained pressure here by St. John. Nice poke check by Mason to hold the line. Smith. Ball doesn't get through. And play blown down. Face-off coming out. Side the zone. He's gloved ahead. A clean face-off win. That could be icing. It will be on Chamberlain. So we'll come back into the St. John zone for a face-off to the blocker hand side of Galbraith. Shot. Deflected away. Goes off the stick of Neary. Yetman. Try to get the return pass. Does, and no. Galbraith. Man, it looked like Yetman put that one home. That was close. Yetman got a lot of it. He scored the first goal. Face-off coming outside the zone. Face-off win. Here's a great chance for Ward. He had a partial breakaway, kind of ran out of his angle, but still got a wicked shot off that went off the high post, if you recall. That would have tied the game. As is, St. John's still looking for the first goal. Galbraith will leave that for Jarvis. Had to hurry to get there. He had to get to the other side of the net, and on the chase was Graham. Jarvis again behind his own net. Watch closely. Quick pass to the far side. Still held into the zone by Newfoundland. Faking the shot, now shooting, a blocker save. That was a great job by Graham. But Galbraith made the save. Off the boards. Ward at center. Mason couldn't advance. And to his backhand is Wadden. They go! A beautiful one by Wadden. Streaks in on his off wing. Improves his position, and a great shot to beat Galbraith on the glove hand side. Nicely done. 2-0 Newfoundland Labrador. And we got our first tweet. Goaltender's name is Keith Walsh. Thank you very much for that. We had in our roster that we looked at down there, it was Gillens, but Keith Walsh. Thank you very much. That is Chad Locke. Thank you very much for that. And that's been a great thing about the Twitter and email today. We've had difficulties with the information. So great to have you friends out there letting us know. Or maybe we had the wrong info change hands. Keith Walsh in net. And right now he's pitching a shutout. It's Chad Locke. Thank you very much, sir. Again. And a penalty coming up now. This is on Bennett again. This is his Bennett's second penalty of the game. Savoie on the far side. Gets it to the other Savoie. And dumped down behind the net. Now cycled around to the far side off the stick of Sean Wadden. And that'll do it for the first half. So Newfoundland, Labrador, 2-0 here after one half. They're in control. Goals by Yetman and Wadden. And that's where we stand. Everybody back home. We've got a good contingent of Newfoundland Labrador fans to our left-hand side here. Actually, they're all getting up to go get a break, but a good contingent of fans. And hello, all you guys watching back there as well. All right, you're watching the championships here. The Eastern Regionals on Bell Alliant Community 1, your leader in local sports broadcasting in Atlantic Canada. Thanks to everybody who's reached out so far on the email and on the Twitter. If you have a few moments in between the first and second half, make sure you touch base with us. We'll be back with you in a few seconds to get you ready for your second half. All right, friends, welcome back. Getting right to it here as we start our second half. 2-0. This is a big game. You really feel the emotion in the building. A hotly contested affair. Very tight is this men's B bracket. And both these teams trying to get off to a good start. So let's put 20 minutes on the board and play our second half here. And again, a power play to begin for Newfoundland Labrador. A minute 10 left in that. Newfoundland Labrador in the black uniforms. St. John Coors Light in the white, and that goes over the boards on the dump-in. So just to update you as well, the cbha.com website, you can check that out now. They got took a while for them to get it going, but there you go. I mean, not the website, but this game. They got it up there so you can follow along, cbha.com. Just click on the game, and you can get all your scoring updates. It was Brad Yetman who scored, assisted by Tolk. So Yetman from Tolk. And that goal was at 18:46, so just a minute 14 in. Newfoundland trying to get on side. There they are. Again, Galbraith in net for St. John. Keith Walsh in net for the Money Savers. B. McLean Sports on Twitter. And Community One Sports at gmail.com is your email. Now face off to the blocker side of Galbraith. Back up top. Druken. In behind the net with it is Tolk. Back to 5-on-5. Bennett back on the floor. So 5-on-5 hockey. On the far side is Neary. To Tolk. Watched in there by Rice. And poke checked away by Burns. And now he's got speed across center. There comes Burns with Graham to his left. On the chase there with Druken. The big captain pursues to the far side. And now go over the boards. St. John right now looking for a spark. Obviously a goal would be huge. They need something to get themselves going here. This Newfoundland team obviously very deep and talented. But it's been a tight affair. Really the only difference, two brilliant individual efforts. One by Wadden and one by Yetman. Wadden broke in on the off wing, and there's your goal for St. John, a shot from the blue line. And it's Savoie. So on the board now. Savoie the goal, and just like that, it's 2-1. It's still 17:42 left. So a brand new hockey game. Dumped into the far side by Curran. And now St. John has their tails up here. Knocked down. The ball kind of spinning around there on Blunden. Finally gets it under control. Turned over. Penalty coming up on Newfoundland. That was a great play by Burns. Created the turnover, got a chance, draws a penalty. So Newfoundland will go to the box in early stages of the second half. St. John responding. Looks like it'll be Blunden who, no, actually Blunden was on the near side. It was the defender out in front of the net, and it was Neary. So Neary will sit 2 minutes. So Neary to the box. Okay. Over on the far side, there's Bennett. A little bit too far, but held in. And there's John Jarvis. Patience, that's a 4-minute penalty on Henry. So a 4-minute penalty on Henry. Huge chance here for St. John. They'll take their time. There's Curran. Curran to Jarvis. Oh, Jarvis took his eye off the ball, to use an old expression. They'll have to reset and get onside. Quickly across the blue line. And now they'll set up once more. So not much time lost on the miscue by Jarvis. They'll come in near side. Here's Jarvis once more. Nearly tipped away. On the chase is Graham. And over the boards. Still 2:50 remaining in the power play. Face off with the glove hand side of Keith Walsh. Burns out to take it. And all the way back, there's Rice to get it. The ever enjoyable air horn has made its presence here at the facility. Well, we're at the LBR, that historic old barn in the north end. You can join Izzy and Drew there. And, of course, we're here at the River Valley Community Center in beautiful Grand Bay, Westfield. A few friends from Newfoundland. Just Grand Bay, Westfield, just a small town, about 3,000 people, just outside St. John, New Brunswick. They call it God's country to the locals. And one trip, you can see why. A great place to live, raise a family. Ball down the near side, goes over to the far side now. On the chase is Blunden. Mason. Back to Blunden. Can't get through. All the way down. Slipping is Savoie. He finally gets it up here to Rice. But again, we talked about this in the early stages. It's sticky in the building. Like, it's really hot. It's humid in the area today. And you're going to start to see some guys maybe go down or slip on this floor as the day goes on. Yetman. Oh, Yetman. He took a stick to the face. And that's going to be a penalty on Savoie. So this golden opportunity for St. John could go by the wayside. Will go by the wayside anyways. In terms of man advantage, they had 1:41 left on that power play to Henry. But now we'll have a 4-on-4. High stick is the call. And it's on Savoie. We got a St. John's player as well going to the box. This is Steve Yetman. So Yetman will go sit as well. Here comes another St. John player to serve. It's going to be Graham to come over. 2 minutes shown on the board to Savoie. I think at some point we're going to get back to it here. Here we go. So 4-on-4, pretty much, well, for 1:40. So 4-on-4, and then a quick little 20-second power play for Newfoundland should nothing else happen. We had 14:39 remaining in the half. On the near side. That's Melanson, gets a shot off, and Walsh had to be careful. Makes the save. So coming up after this here, we got men's C division. Two teams we haven't seen yet. Moncton, the Babaloos, versus Toronto. That's going to be a good one. That C division in men's ball hockey, very competitive and balanced here across all 4 teams, or 5 teams in that B division. So stick around for that. D division action, or C division, sorry, coming up. Finish off our day at the community center. Right now, 14 minutes remaining. Still 2-1 for Newfoundland Labrador. The Money Savers leading St. John Coors Light. Still 42 seconds remaining in this 4-on-4. There's Wadden. He's one of the goal scorers. Get it back to Greg Berry. Nice play by Tolk. Brings it down with his backhand and now advancing. Onside. Return pass to Tolk. A little bit too far. And with a burst of speed, here comes Bacca. Dangerous chance there. Mason got a shot through. Back to the red line, kept in by St. John. Shot deflected high by Sherwood. Dangerous. Back up. Can't get it out in front. Mason jumps over Blunden. Back up pursues to the near side. Shot by Sherwood. Stays, no, goes over the glass there in the far side corner. And that'll do it. Pretty much for the 4-on-4 and that quick little 5-on-4 for Newfoundland. Only 3 seconds left in that. And really no chances for Newfoundland. So Graham about to pounce back on the floor. He does now. Back to 5-on-5. Graham will head right off. Pass gets through to Tolk. Couldn't do anything with it. Savoie. Off the boards. Across the red line. Out of the stick of Druken. Druken. Nicely done for Yetman across the blue line. Scored the first goal. Tolk tried to go back to him. Couldn't. Yetman pursues. That's a big matchup there. Yetman and Savoie. And that's going to be tripping. Far or near side official calls it. He probably had the better angle. The official in the corner was kind of behind him. Official up here at half saw it very cleanly, and he's going to make the tripping call on Savoie as he took down Yetman. Savoie does not agree, but he will sit 2 minutes. So 2 minutes on Savoie. And back to a 5-on-4 here for Newfoundland Labrador. Just over 12 minutes remaining in your second half. So a great chance for Newfoundland Labrador to get some separation. Goals at a premium in this one. The other games we've had have been high scoring, which is usually your situation in ball hockey. But this one, goaltenders have been sharp. Lots of chances for both teams. Dangerous play. That goes off the penalty box from the goaltender Walsh. And what's the call here? Delay of game. Must be a warning, the first one. No, it is a penalty. Here he comes. So a tough play there for Walsh. Trying to clear it away. Kind of got under it. Chopped at it. Sent it on top of the scorekeeper's box. And that'll be a penalty for delay of game. Mark Yetman will sit. And again, both these teams have had power play chances but have nullified them with silly mistakes. Right in front down there battling is Yetman, Steve Yetman. You got Steve, number 9, Brad, number 90, Mark, number 91. The Yetman clan. So there's got to be Yetmans out there watching back home. B. McLean Sports on Twitter, community1sports@gmail.com. So 4-on-4 here for 1:33, and should nothing else happen, St. John would have a 13-second power play. Picked up by Sherwood, goes behind the net. Here comes Sherwood. Building speed, turns it over. Wadden, great chance for Graham. Wasn't seemed like he knew what he was going to do with that. Yeah, this is 4-on-4, so lots of space out there. Newfoundland, for the moment, in no hurry. Pass goes through, right on the doorstep with Steve Yetman. But Galbraith makes a game-saving save for the moment. Keep St. John close to this thing. A game like this, you got to figure one more goal could be it. Ball to the far side. Pass goes through, and on the prowl there was Mason. A good job by Walsh to make the save. Well, C division action coming up. Moncton Bubaloos against the Toronto Nailers. I think the Bubaloos, this is the team to watch. I'm pretty sure they beat McGuire 3-0 earlier today. That was a good McGuire team, too, last night. They beat Ashdale 6-3. Toronto lost their first game to Fredericton at 6-3. To center. Ooh, little contact there. Shannon went to his mouth as if he got hit. Still is looking for blood. None forthcoming, though. He's all right, so might have just been the ball that got up on him. 20 seconds on this 4-on-4. Gets all the way through to Galbraith. He will hold on, getting in there. A little gamesmanship by Blunden. And is he going to go to the penalty box for that? I think he is. Wow. Got in. He went in really hot when that ball rolled to Galbraith. Galbraith put the glove on it. And Blunden put his stick in there to knock it loose after the whistle had gone. And I think he's going to serve 2 minutes, pleading his case. But he is off to the penalty box. So a tough call right there. Will this come back to haunt Newfoundland? They will be on the penalty kill in about, it's 4-on-3 now. So 4-on-3. It's going to be 5-on-3 in a second. On the chase is Curran. Curran gets there first. His speedy, athletic assistant captain here for St. John. Shot doesn't get through. Poked over the far side by Savoie. Oh, Savoie jumped off the penalty box onto the floor and couldn't hold the zone. Has to get it set up. They would have had a few seconds of 5-on-3. Now that does expire, and we're back to 5-on-4. Mark Yetman on the floor. Try to keep up with these penalties. So 5-on-4 for a minute 24. Gets back to Jarvis. He'll quarterback this power play from up top. Shot. Doesn't get through. Blocked by Barry. And Barry will clear. All the way back to Galbraith. Up to the near side. There's Savoie. Curran, and he got his stick up. Officials did see it, yes. Curran, a little too rambunctious on that near side. Trying to make a play into the corner. His stick kind of flung back on him and got into the face. You can see it pretty clearly here. It was right in front of us. And the penalties. The carousel continues. Whole whack of penalties here in the second half as this game has kind of ground to a halt. 9.5. Curran not happy. But another, how many times? This is the fourth time we've seen one of these two teams nullify their power play opportunity. And in this one, it's a big one. This is a 4-minute penalty. So a 4-minute penalty to Curran. 4-on-4 for 1 minute. And then should nothing else happen in terms of penalties, a 5-on-4 for 3 minutes. And Newfoundland in no hurry with this 1-goal lead. Onside over there. That was close. Is Burns in behind the net. Burns still with it. Loses it momentarily. Trying to clear across half is Bragg. And coming across again. Here's Yetman. Yetman deflected high off the beams here at the community center. Well, we're at the River Valley Community Center. This facility just, I think it's approaching about 20 years old. Right in the heart of Grand Bay, Westfield. Just an outstanding small town rink arena. They get the full usage out of this thing, ball hockey, and they use it, again, as their community center. Summer programs here. A wonderful facility here. What a job they've done in this part of Grand Bay, Westfield to build up recreational opportunities for their citizens. They used to be 20 years ago, 25 years ago, you had to go to the St. John to play your sports at all levels for the most part. And now you can pretty much do everything right here in Grand Bay, Westfield, with all the facilities they've added. And a few friends from away. It's just about 10 minutes outside of St. John. On the highway, if you're in downtown or uptown St. John, you get on the bridge. You usually start getting into Grand Bay about 10 minutes later. 15 if you're driving a little slower. That ball knocked high in the air and gloved down. Of course, talk about sports coming up on Bell Alliant Community 1. We got a busy August coming up. So for you friends who like the fast pitch and the baseball, make sure you bookmark the network on your browser. We are All Points Atlantic Canada in August. I'm going to be in Gander with producer Drew. Next week, we're going to have the Canadian U16 Fast Pitch Championships. U18, Fast Pitch Championships. Fredericton going on at the same time, the U16 Fast Pitch going on in Fredericton. So we got a whole whack of local sport and national championships coming up on Bell Alliant Community 1 in August. Make sure you bookmark the browser or bookmark it on your browser and get ready. 7:53. Ball coming through. Great chance to the backhand and a goal. I thought Galbraith might have made the save, but getting in there is Ryan Graham. Goes to the backhand and beats Galbraith. I think Galbraith thought he might have had that. He was right there. A gorgeous move. Kind of got hung out to dry on the turnover pass. And Graham broke in alone. And there's your separation goal. 3-1 for Newfoundland. So trouble with clearance for the Coors Light. And that leads to a 3-1 lead for Newfoundland. So Yetman, Wadden, and Graham. And it's 3-1. And about 7 minutes and a half left here in your second half. And we'll see you, for you folks in St. John's, we'll see you August 21st to the 24th. I'll be there for the Canadian Senior Men's Baseball Championships. We're going to have a lot of fun in St. John's that week. The Senior Baseball Championships from St. John's. I'll be there alongside the voice of Newfoundland sport, Chris Abbott. On the near side. Chipped out to the neutral zone. Over there to get it, Savoie. Savoie gets it past Murphy and now advancing. Ball bouncing around in front. Couple swings at it here by St. John players, but it goes to the near side corner. Mason. A long reach of Yetman. Pushes him aside. There's Ward behind the net. Battling against Walsh. And we got a penalty coming up on Newfoundland. Touched by Yetman, so a penalty coming up on Newfoundland. Great chance for St. John to trim this lead. Pretty much exactly 7 minutes left. 3-1. So here's your chance for St. John. Shot right on. Doesn't get through, actually. Nice diving play by Bragg. That'll lead to the clear. So they had a pass going across there, but Bragg slid back, intercepted. And now more confusion here between goaltender and defender on clearance, and that led to a chance for Bragg. Bragg all over the ice right now. Made that diving play on one end, and then he was back in there looking for a loose ball. But they'll try to talk things out there. Bennett, words of encouragement for Galbraith. 3-1. 6:41 remaining. Face off in the St. John zone. This is a 5-on-4 for St. John. So there's your penalty. Still 3 minutes left, a 4-minute penalty. Great chance in front. So still 3 minutes left. Sherwood, the near side. A shot, kick save. Another shot. That was Rice who wound one up. Rice again, far side for Sherwood. Shot doesn't get through. A little cue ball that goes to the near side corner, picked up by Druken. Druken can't clear. Rice again. Kevin Rice, he was a great basketball player, if I recall, as well. Picks it up at the red line, moves towards the middle. Wires one, goes wide. Great chance off the boards, and a goal for Smith. So Smith scores a new life for St. John. 3-2 now. A shot that went wide off the stick of Kevin Rice. Picked up off the boards and deposited home by Smith. And now 3-1. Or 3-2, sorry. 5:21 left. 3-2 for St. John, or for Newfoundland. That makes things interesting coming down the stretch. And again, this game's going long as well, so your next game is going to be coming right up. The boys are on the concourse here getting ready to play. They're ready to go. Kick save. Galbraith, another chance for Graham. But your next game coming up in the C Division, Toronto and Moncton, that will be a 6 o'clock start, so that won't be long after this one ends. 4:51 remaining. Face off one. Shot and a goal! It's Henry! Just inside the blue line, off the clean face-off win. Henry goes top shelf. A beauty. And it's 4-2. So right back to a 2-goal lead for Newfoundland. A howitzer. So the blast by Henry, and Newfoundland right back in there. Wide open net. Sliding across was Galbraith to get just enough. I think there was a teammate of Graham's as well that was in there to kind of get in front of that shot. Graham had himself a wide open net. 4-2. Newfoundland trying to get off to a good start over the home team, the St. John Coors Light. Moncton and Toronto coming up to finish off our broadcast day, and then tomorrow we begin the marathon. The 13-hour ball hockey marathon. We start at 9 a.m. and our last game at 9 p.m. Spend the day with us tomorrow. It'll be a lot of fun here from the community center. Up. Yetman, gorgeous pass for Graham. Just offside. Over 4 minutes remaining. 4:12. Still lots of time for St. John. They look a little deflated out there right now, but man, they got lots of time left, especially in ball hockey where you can rack them up in a hurry. It's been a long second half, a lot of penalties, very hot in the building right now. So maybe some guys out there having a hard time getting the energy going. Shot. That comes the near side corner. Getting there is King. 5-on-5 going back door there, but they didn't see him. Was back up. All the way back to Sherwood. Sherwood off the boards. Tolk picks it up. Couldn't lift the stick of Sherwood. And on the near side, our way. Nearly taking out our camera guy, or our producer, John Mobley. You gotta have heads up here at the community center. They don't have, it's not like the most rinks. You see a lot of the rinks built lately. They have the net up to keep spectators safe. I think they have it up during the hockey year, but when they take the ice out, they think they take it down because there's nothing between us and the ball here at the arena. 3:30. To the far side. There's Yetman. He scored the first goal. In front. Nice pass for Tolk. Off the post. That would have surely done it. But it goes off the post and bounces back. St. John Ice, or the St. John Coors Light team had a shot off the post as well. That's the second post we've seen today. 4-2. And again, in no hurry now is Newfoundland. Just over 3 minutes left. Jarvis back to get it. On the near side, Mason. Richards. Dumps it in the backhand. Savoie first on it. Murphy was in there to influence. Cleared away calmly. Back onto the stick of Henry. Scored the last goal. There's Henry again. Dump down to the near side corner. Bragg thought about giving chase, but instead he'll retreat, and they'll set up a little trap there through the neutral zone. And that'll be icing. No luck on the first pass. 2 minutes and 11 seconds left, a 2-goal lead. This Newfoundland team can feel it. Just trying to stay disciplined and not make any mistakes. Again, your next game will be coming right up. It's only 14 minutes away. And we still have 2 minutes left in this one. Face-off win by Newfoundland. No luck on Murphy, or for Murphy. Now he does have it. Taken away quickly by Savoie. And on the stick of Burns. Here comes the speedster. Burns trying to get a step. But nicely played there by Barry. And now thrown at the net. Walsh hangs on. A little pushing and shoving there. Well, guys kind of kicking and fighting. Going into the boards. And now we see two more players going at it. That's Barry. Barry has his helmet ripped off. Goaltender getting in there. Barry having words. Hard to see who the first two players won. One was Savoie for St. John. It looked like the other one was Steve Richards. Trent Savoie and Richards are still jawing at each other as they go to the penalty box. So it's Trent Savoie and Richards really giving it to each other right now. I tell you, this is the Grand Bay community. I mean, they're still yelling at each other on the floor. In this place, the dressing rooms are combined by a hallway about 40 feet long. They could just go out there and talk about this if they want, but they're still jawing at each other on the floor. Hopefully, they'll just go back to the dressing rooms and call it a day. Let the heat of the moment subside. So a little emotion on the floor here to finish off this one. It's been a long second half. A lot of penalties. A lot of spirit. Both teams playing hard. Use the Don Cherry expression. Of course, all good guys out there on the floor. Hard to find nicer people than from these two towns. St. John's and St. John. Me and Isabel and producer Drew are here from Halifax for the weekend. I'm originally from St. John. Every time you come back, you're quickly reminded of how friendly the people are around here. It kind of throws you back. You're kind of taken aback the first couple times. And you remember how friendly the people are. .151 remaining. You can see the official talking to the captains. Everybody's kind of calmed down. There was one little other altercation there. It was Barry getting wrapped up with Burns. Barry had his helmet ripped off, but they seemed resigned here in the box to let the situation go. So a face-off here. Eventually we'll start playing hockey again. Again, that next game is coming right up. So if you're going to stick with us for both games, the next one, don't go anywhere, as that next game is coming right up. That's a 6 o'clock start, and they will start that on time. They've been very strict about staying to that schedule. So wrapping up this one, well, I shouldn't say wrapping up. I mean, St. John is still right there. They actually have a 5-on-4 coming out of this. So as it all plays, after it all plays out, St. John comes out with a power play. The only penalty posted is to Richards. And he was shown the gate along with Trent Savoie. So 1:39 left. And St. John can't ask for much more. Trailing by 2 goals. You got a power play. But you got to get moving. Sherwood. Back up top to Rice. Shot goes high. That's Druken. I think that's going to come out of the zone. Now check that. Face off to the glove hand side of Walsh. On the near side. Rice misses it and heads up here. This is Yetman with a wide open net, and he couldn't get to his backhand. Forgot to mention here that, or didn't see that St. John has pulled their netminder, and Yetman had a wide open net with space to spare, but just couldn't get a shot off. He'll be thinking about that tonight. 1 minute left. Newfoundland trying to hold on. They will finish the period on the power play, will St. John, if they don't score here. Or finish the game, I should say. Shot. Doesn't get through. Savoie took a hack at it. Collision there. That's going to be a penalty on Newfoundland Labrador. Hacking away at it. Great chances for St. John. They got a penalty coming up. And a goal. So there's a goal. 28 seconds left. That'll make it 4-3 on the shot from the point. Seen a lot of that today. The shots to the high and blocker and glove side getting through. So give the goal, and then what happens here now? There was a delayed penalty. Newfoundland player is being shown the guy. We got to come with some WD-40 tomorrow, John. Get down there and get that gate greased up. They're having a hard time getting that gate open today. It can be very frustrating for the guys when they just want to get into the penalty box, and they can't get the gate open. It's Graham who's sitting. Timeout for Newfoundland Labrador. So Newfoundland Labrador is going to call a timeout. They want to talk this thing over. Do not want to let this one get away from them. 2 minutes is on the clock for the power play. So the power play penalty will be served by Graham. It is a 4-3 hockey game, and St. John will go back on the 5-on-4. Now, Galbraith is back in net. So Galbraith back in net. Thank you very much, Drake McDonald. I thought you'd like that reference. Just a bunch of good fellas out there. But Drake McDonald, thank you. But so here it is. So they're going to put the goaltender back in, 5-on-4. I'm assuming Galbraith's going to make a beeline for the bench. They are going to call him. They're going to get the ball in. 22 seconds left. In front! Nearly had a chance. Yetman desperate to clear. He will clear the zone momentarily. There's 14 seconds left. Will that be the only chance they get? It was a good one. Pass down, picked up on the far side. Cross ice pass, Curran. Has time, thrown in front. No luck on the deflection for Shannon. 2 seconds. Shot from the point. Doesn't get through. Knocked down by Yetman. And that will do it. Newfoundland will hold on. Whoa, man. Whoa, man. What a wild last 25 seconds. Newfoundland fans over here singing happy birthday to one of its players. Crazy sequence. Newfoundland Labrador, the Money Savers, very fortunate to leave that game with the victory.
And now for the players of the game. From St. John, Force White, number 83, Joseph Boyd.
Savoie. They got to get them moving here because they got to get the next game on. Brian Graham, the player of the game for Newfoundland Labrador. A wild one. What a crazy second half. It was so slow moving there for a while with all the penalties. They led up to just a wild last 2 or 3 minutes. And Newfoundland will escape with a 4-3 victory. Man. All right, so that's our first doozy of the tournament here at the Community Center anyways. Other games pretty much have been blowouts. But that one very close. And it looks like the B division is going to be fun here at the championships. All right, so you've been watching the 2014 Eastern Canadian or Canadian Ball Hockey Association Eastern Canadian Regional Championships on Bell Alliant Community One, your leader in local sports webcasting in Atlantic Canada. Thanks so much for being with us. We're coming right back. The game is supposed to start in 4 minutes. I'm sure they'll take a little bit of time, but we'll be back on the air here in no time with that one. So C division coming up, Moncton versus Toronto. So don't go anywhere, as that'll be our last game of the day. Okay, thank you so much for being with us. Thanks for the tweets and emails, and we'll talk to you soon here on the network. You're watching the 2014 CBHA Eastern Regional Championships on Bell Alliant Community One.